Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Come on in. How you doing? Wherever you are. This is Jalen Porter coming to you live. Today is August the 20th, 2024. And whenever you receive this transmission is exactly when you are supposed to receive it, whether it be months from now, days from now, weeks from now. Everything is on time and in time. And we are growing through a full moon, full blue moon, as it's called, because it's once in a blue moon that this type of energy permeates. It is now in the sign of Pisces. It was in Aquarius yesterday. And I'm coming to you with a transmission with some messages. So have a seat, get you a nice tall glass of tea or big mug of tea or your favorite drink and just sit with yourself. This rising, I had me a cup of Tulsi, or better yet known as holy basil, and it soothed my soul. And as the energy permeates through my spine, I'm coming to you live with messages from the ethers. And as we know, if you're familiar with my YouTube and Patreon and other platforms, my channel, Be More Balance, is about you finding your equilibrium and your right relationship with the cosmos, which is yourself, you, the God force energy, and remembering who you've always been. And that's what we're about. And today, the ancestors and the energy and the frequencies have been pouring into me the reminder that they are here. They are very much present. And more than ever, if you look outside, it is August, yet I feel like I have been submerged into fall. That season, it is a quickening upon us, literally so much so it is cold. Today is like in the 60s, low 70s, and we are on the brink of, and have been, of enormous, immense changes. And those changes are great and beautiful. And I wanted to remind you that that energy that you're feeling, those feels of you don't know what to do with this energy type energy, that sensual feeling. It's like, the best way I could describe is that, you know, when you've been out of a relationship for some time, and let's say you're on a journey of reconnecting in the most romantic way and sensual way with yourself, and you happen to stumble upon or connect with a soul or like resonance being or individual, and you really feeling this guy or this girl, this woman, this man, and the vibes is just vibing, and you're like, what is this feeling, this magnetic resonance between us, right? And I'm not talking lust based, I'm talking about a genuine, pure fire to your flame, right? When you are ignited with that spark, that newness with each other, right? When you come in contact, and there's this feeling of sexual chi, right? Your chakras are activated, that energy is illuminated when you are in the presence of each other, right? Yet you know deep down inside that you don't have to act on it. Even if it's just a simple kiss, even if it's something a little bit more intimate, you know that stirring inside of you, that bubbling, like when you shake up a soda can or a soda bottle, it doesn't have to be open. You can keep it closed and let it settle. And let it settle to the point where you don't open it at all, or you allow it to settle the fizz and the bubbles go down, and then you open it and maybe you just take a sip. And maybe that sip is just a hug, or maybe that sip is just kind words or an exchange of affirmations or an opportunity to sit down and really get to know each other. You don't have to dive straight into the juiciness of what could be a very intimate physical exchange. You get me? So I bring out that harmony of an idea of what this energy is right now. We're in the crossovers into the crossroads, right? And we get more deeper and we dive deeper into that energy when we get into the October, November timeframe. That's why we connect with Halloween and the veil is super, super, super thin. So this is just a reminder and almost like a pamphlet of a syllabus of what we're about to step into, a summary, a reminder from your ancestor who wants you to know that you are here. They are very much here. And when you feel that bubbling of emotions, that chi, that sexual energy, that kundalini rising inside of you, it is for you to move accordingly. And you're going to feel those shifts accordingly. And it's not to be wasted. It's not to get a quick nut. It's not to rush. Sometimes, in fact, it's to slow down, be seated, get your journal out, release it in a way that is conducive to your energetic field. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that you cannot be physically intimate with those whom you have a special union with. Again, that was just a metaphor for explaining the energies that we are about to embark on and that we're already embarking on. This is just the premise, the sprinkle, the tip of the iceberg of the gift that we are receiving and will be receiving. This infinite energy, it's potent. And if you can flutter, fly, or swim on top of the thickening of this potency, you'll be able to diligently and discerningly capture the essence of what is meant for you to create once we are over this veil, this moment in time. Because if you follow the seasons, right, and we're headed into fall, when things seemingly die, and I say seemingly because when the leaves fall off the trees aren't dead. They just go into a hibernation mode, right? And so many of us forget at times that we have already accomplished or received the fruits of our labor per spring and now summer. But summer is coming to a close, and I know it has seemed like it has been so quick. But remember this, that you are always in and on time. You're never missing the mark when you know your spark. You're never missing the mark when you know and can recognize your spark. And when you know and you recognize your spark, none of it is wasted. It's not used up on superficial magic or superficial moments. You know in which direction you're supposed to flow and how much energy you're supposed to row when you're in your boat or canoe flowing down the stream of consciousness into the rivers, in the waters, in the oceans. So, in this time, when we're approaching fall, you will remember and be reminded of how to use and exert your energy. I go a little bit deeper in depth with this idea and these frequencies at a more occult or metaphysical level on my Patreon. Check that out when you get a moment. Subscribe to the Patreon if you're looking for the metaphysical meanings behind many of these energies that we are traversing through right now. Check that out. But the point that I'm making is that energy that's bubbling up at the base of your spine, that energy that is seemingly has nowhere to go and you want to unwind, remember that this is the energy in the seasons approaching where squirrels go to harvest and bears go to hibernate, and they know what they're doing. And we know what we're doing too when we have this immense amount of energy and you feel like you want to socialize and you feel like you want to release these things, but really it's for you to cultivate this energy so that when you are ready to spring into action and you are ready to plant new seeds and new projects, you have everything you need because you let it settle, because you sat with it, because you asked for the guidance, because you had everything you needed and you didn't let anything go to waste, because you were disciplined and discerning with your energy, your time, and your essence. Your essence is gold. There's no reason to fear. You have every answer inside of you, my dear. I promise you, you got every answer inside of you. So, with that being said, you can check out the more in depth version of this conversation on my Patreon, Jalen Amelia. And until next time, continue to be more and more balanced in everything that you do. Balance is not too light, it is not too dark, it is not super positive or so far off into the negative. It is just right for what that looks like for you. And that's going to look different for me than it is for you, than the next man and the next woman and that child and the elder. Find whatever way your balance looks like to you. I love you. I like you. I appreciate you for tuning into this frequency. Talk soon.